Hello friends, this will be my recap of the first season of The Witcher. Alright, let's go. The story starts off with Geralt of Rivia, who is a Witcher. A Witcher is basically a mutated monster hunter, with the added perks of being able to live longer than humans, being able to use magic, and also being completely hated by humans. Our man Geralt has been doing this for a long time and is one of the few remaining Witchers, because they've all been wiped out and there's no longer a way to create more Witchers. That being said, while traveling and hunting monsters, Geralt meets this bard by the name of Jaskier, who wants to change the public image of Geralt, which he does through very catchy songs.
Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of plenty, whoa. Toss a coin to your Witcher, a friend of humanity.
Anyways, after a while, Jaskier asked Geralt for protection at a party. During that party is kind of where the story starts to unravel. You see, this party was hosted by the Queen of Sintra, known as Queen Calanthe, who was hosting this party in order to find a suitor for her daughter, Pavetta. And Pavetta is in love with this guy by the name of Duny, who's actually a hedgehog. But that's not important. What's important is that during the party, Duny comes in and claims the law of surprise, or Pavetta's hand in marriage. And the way the law of surprise works is that after saving somebody from certain death, you can claim the law of surprise, which basically means that you can claim something that they don't yet know that they have, such as money, land, or even a daughter, which as it turns out for Duny is Pavetta, because he saved the king's life before he realized that he had a daughter. Anyways, Queen Calanthe opposed of this marriage, but Destiny said,
"Not today."
because apparently the law of surprise is bound by destiny, which also means that if you don't give the person who or what they are owed, a punishment ranging from your end to the world's end is plausible. And in order for Queen Calanthe to prevent the end of her own kingdom,
He said yes.
to the two getting married. But not before trying to kill Duny, who the Witcher saved. And since Geralt saved Duny's life from certain death, Geralt accidentally asked for the law of surprise, which immediately linked Pavetta's unborn child by the name of Ciri to Geralt.
Fuck.
Queen Calanthe then banishes Geralt from the kingdom of Sintra, in order to make sure that she never has to pay up on the law of surprise, even though she just witnessed what destiny does to people who try to prevent the law of surprise. Anyways, the story then picks up with the Hunchback of Notre Dame, Yennefer, who looks the way she does because she has twisted spine, which is caused because she's part elf, but only a quarter, and that quarter shows. Her story is that her father sold her to this sorceress by the name of Tissaia, and while with Tissaia she learns all the ins and outs of magic, along with this other sorceress by the name of Fringilla. After their training was over, Yennefer was assigned to Nilfgaard as an advisor, but she didn't want to do that, so they sent Fringilla in her place, and that's because she got her heart broken by her first love, Istrid, who said very mean things about the way she looked, and because of that she undergoes the most expensive cosmetic surgery in the world, and that's because after the surgery she is no longer able to have children. But on the bright side, she can now make a slow-mo entrance. After that, she basically becomes a freelance mage who later runs into Geralt, who at the time was using wishes from a djinn in order to cure his insomnia. But Geralt falls for Yennefer and realizes that she's trying to capture the djinn, and assuming that the djinn would kill her, he wishes that he wouldn't lose Yennefer. From then on, him and Yennefer keep running into each other, and would occasionally wrestle naked. Yennefer then thinks that she's falling for Geralt, but after traveling with a dragon disguised as a man, as ridiculous as that sounds, that is what happened. Anyways, the dragon reveals to Yennefer, who would do anything to have a baby now, that Geralt made a wish to keep from losing each other, which makes Yennefer question her own feelings towards Geralt, because her feelings could all be because of Geralt's wish. The two get mad at each other and part ways. At the same time, Geralt blows up on Jaskier, who's just there to help, and loses Jaskier too. Years later, after finding out that Nilfgaard is trying to lay siege to Sintra, Geralt goes to Sintra to protect Ciri, who he's bound to by destiny, and she with him because of the law of surprise. When he gets there, Queen Calanthe locks him up, but just as quickly regrets it, because Nilfgaard, with the help of Fringilla, who has been using all types of dark magic and sacrifices, quickly takes over Sintra. So Queen Calanthe tells Ciri to go find Geralt, and then she offs herself. You know, somebody really needed to remind Queen Calanthe that you don't mess with destiny, and that someone could have been a something, like ClickUp. On ClickUp, you can set reminders, make to-do lists, or even work on a shared document with your team. And with just an extra $5 a month, you get unlimited storage and much more. And I know magic could do a lot of things, but life would have been easier with ClickUp. Link is down below. Anyways, after Queen Calanthe unalived herself, Ciri goes on a long run from the Nilfgaardians, who are led by Cahir and his mage Fringilla. Now, what Cahir wants with Ciri is to use her magic to bolster his army, because she has an immense amount of magic. That being said, while on the run, Ciri finds this elf by the name of Dara, but after helping Ciri for a while, they have a falling out and go their separate ways. Meanwhile, Yennefer, Tissaia, and a couple other mages fight to prevent Nilfgaard from completely taking over the continent. During that fight, Yennefer basically decimated the whole army by herself, and Geralt and Ciri finally find each other. When they do, however, Ciri asks Geralt who is Yennefer, and that's because she had a vision of Geralt looking for Yennefer. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you liked that video and want to see more like it, leave a like and subscribe. Adios!